Hello, I'm Rhonda Porter, author of The Mortgage Porter and licensed loan officer for homes located in Washington State. Today, the Fed announced that they are going to slow down or taper the buying of mortgage-backed securities or bonds. It's been anticipated that the Fed would have wrapped this up in June of next year, but now they've shortened that time span and they're going to actually be wrapping this up in March. And although the Fed doesn't directly control mortgage interest rates, they do really influence or have been with their purchase of mortgage-backed securities. As I'd like to say, they've been keeping rates artificially low and kind of like those pink packets of fake sugar that we used to add to our coffee or tea with the buying of the mortgage-backed securities or bonds. So what this means for us is that I think we're going to still see rates low next year, but they are going to trend higher, more towards what I'd like to say a more normal level. When I started back in the mortgage industry in 2000, mortgage rates were closer to around 7 to 8%, and we were fine with that. I mean, they were higher than that before then. And I don't think that we're going to see rates quite that high next year, but they are going to be not what we've become really attached to with the rates under 4%. The Fed also announced, I think this might be even bigger news, that instead of a 1 rate increase to the Fed funds rate next year, they're planning on up to 3 rate increases. And so this is again to the Fed funds rate, and it doesn't directly impact mortgage rates, but it does again influence mortgage interest rates. And that's because mortgage rates are based on bonds, and traders invest in bonds. And so once these hikes take place, or just the news of these hikes, such as today, that can impact markets and mortgage rates. What it does impact with the Fed funds rate is anything that's attached to the prime rate. And that's because the Fed fund, or the prime rate, follows the Fed funds rate. So that's going to be your loans, like a home equity loan. If it's attached to prime, you'll see rates going up with that. And even what I'm probably even more concerned about are credit card rates. I was just reading that the average APR on new credit cards this month is 19.55%. I mean, that's just incredible, and it's just almost impossible to get out of a debt situation if you're carrying a lot of debt at an interest rate that high. So it's really important, I think, with the news that the Fed's going to possibly increase the funds rate 3 times next year, that if you do have credit card debt, try to pay it off because it's just the rates are just going to get higher. And I know that's probably easier said than done. Some people might need help making a plan doing that. If you happen to own a home, and you probably do have home equity, especially if you're in the greater Seattle area, and you might want to consider doing a cash out refi to pay off debt. Anyhow, just a concern that I have with the credit cards, and I know I've been there. I've had debt before, and it's not fun, and it does take a lot to get out of it. So I am happy to review your current scenario and to see if refinancing makes sense for you. If you have a home equity loan, you might need to consider paying that off too with a refi, just because they are often attached to prime as well. So anyhow, please feel free to contact me at Rhonda@mortgageporter.com, or you can visit my blog. I've written a lot of articles about this as well, www.mortgageporter.com. And my loan officer license number is MLO 12134, and I'm at Mortgage Master Service Corporation, NMLS ID number 40445, and we are an equal opportunity lender. Take care, and hope to talk to you soon.